grandparents supposed to do?
Let me tell you, the new generation, y'all millenniums, y'all got it all up.
This grandma is coming for the entire millennials, which including myself. I'm a millennial, so this grandma decided to come for the entire millennial, and the millennial decided to respond. Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? Take care of Destiny here, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a video of a grandma who was talking to her daughters about her grandkids, and this grandma was basically saying that, you know what, it is not my responsibility as a grandparent to babysit my grandchildren. It is your responsibility to look after your children, and if you can look after your children, that's your problem. Literally, in a nutshell, she was saying that your child, your problem. If you choose to have a child, then you should choose to take care of this child. And she went on to talk about how her time is valuable, why she has other things she needs to do, and she needs to be living her best life now that she has no kids in the house. Anyway, guys, I need you guys to hear what this grandma said in all, and then we'll come back and talk.
Thoughts like that, because y'all so.
What grandparents supposed to
Let
do?
me tell you, the new generation, y'all millenniums, y'all got it all up. The reason why is because because I became a grandparent does not automatically make me the babysitter or a daycare. Grandparents, true grandparents, they're supposed to raise their children right to where when y'all start having kids, y'all can financially provide for your own children and secure their daycare so you can go to work, so you can go out, so you can do anything else. Grandparents.
See, let me tell you where you got it wrong.
No. True grandparents are supposed to be able to call for their grandkids. Y'all supposed to come over here. No, that's for the daddies. That's for the daddies. When the daddies ain't in the home, that's where they go for the daddies.
Oh, bummer.
They go to their daddies for the summer because y'all got to split custody. That's how y'all got it. Grandparents are supposed to be able to come to your house and stay with you and visit with their grandkids. You're supposed to be able to drop your kids off when your grandparents call for them and in their leisure time. Grandparents are not supposed to be daycares. Everybody's time is valuable. We have our own life. We work very hard to get everybody out of the house. Why would we want to raise your kids and keep your kids? That's out of order. But black people, the black culture is so dysfunctional. That's why y'all think that grandparents is supposed to be keeping kids and raising kids. It don't go that way. Y'all got it messed.
So they're not going to stop our drain?
And guess what? Yes, stuff like that's a portion. I'm supposed to be able to say, yo, on the 27th, I booked for me and my grandkids. Everybody going. Whoever ain't going, I don't need y'all money. I don't need y'all nothing. I don't need nothing. I just need my grandkids.
Right.
That's what we're supposed to do.
So we can't just drop them off when we want to.
No, it don't supposed to be dropping them off when you want to.
Like, here go your grandkids.
No.
See.
No. It don't go
right.
like that. You know why? Because we already had our lives with raising kids. We don't supposed to be tied down raising kids. We supposed to be gardening, going to the senior citizens place, bingo, and all that other. That's what we raised y'all for, to be able to take care of y'all kids. We didn't send y'all out when y'all did go. Where y'all go? The summers. And where did y'all go? To y'all other people. Your daddy people. If the daddy is not in the home, he's supposed to do the summers. Y'all supposed to rotate holidays. What the fuck? Y'all, but see what it is? Y'all think that we supposed to do that because y'all got a sense of entitlement. Y'all think just because I'm the mom, I'm the grandma, that you're supposed to push your kids off on me. That's not how it goes. But it takes strong mothers like me to let you know that don't go like that to get it right. Other than that, I'll be sitting here rocking all y'all goddamn kids and y'all doing this, doing that. No. No. Trust and believe. They will be in the system. They will be at the shelter. They will be wherever they need to be because you didn't do what you were supposed to do as a parent. It had nothing to do with me.
You wouldn't.
I most definitely would.
Oh, quickie piggy.
I told you that off the rip. I'm not doing it. I know what kind of life I want to live after raising all my 5 kids. I'm not raising nobody else's kids. I'm here to support. Call me, she's sneezing. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what grandparents supposed to do.
That's me. I call every little thing. Oh, man.
But all this, they living with their grandmama. They ain't seen their mama. All this stuff. No. That's for the ratchets. And I don't play that because you know why? I'm boot chick.
Boochie.
I'm Boochie.
Wait, she Boochie.
Boochie.
She Boochie.
Y'all granny Bucci. I've never heard of it.
You better put that in the Gmail, nigga.
This video has struck a big conversation online and a lot of millennials are responding. So please go down in the comment section. Do you agree with this grandma, and what do you think about these old grandparents and their grandchildren and children dynamic? Do you think grandparents should be there to look after their children? Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. This got a lot of millennials, like I said, talking, and got a lot of people talking generally on the internet.
Provide for your own children and secure their daycare so you can.
Valid, yes. You became a grandparent. You deserve to have your independence, set boundaries. Absolutely, all of that. I was a school director in what I'll call a corporate preschool, where I was in charge of about over 100 kids a day in a building, where the amount of money we were bringing in was insane. Correctly, one baby for 1 week was like $350 to $400 for the week. Like, that's crazy. Think about the state of wages, think about the state of the economy. And then for one baby, so that you can go to work, you have to pay, what is that? $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 a month? Huh? I have kids, and I understood just how insane those prices were. Those weekly payments were. And I wasn't seeing any of that as the person in charge of over 120-ish kids every day, plus a full staff of 25, 30 people. Like, I didn't see a lick of that money. So where was all that money going? Is it the overhead? Is it the rent? I don't know. But grandparents today need to understand, yes, you are entitled to your boundaries. You are entitled to make sure that there is communication before your grandkids get dropped off, all of that. And also, please do not yell at your children when they decide to have children about the cost of raising those children or about the cost of daycare. It is, yes, it's always been expensive. It is astronomical today. Astronomical. Frequency with which corporate was instructing us to raise prices, wild. Absolutely wild.
What grandparents supposed to
Let
do?
me tell you, the new generation, y'all millenniums, y'all got it all fucked up.
I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, and that's okay because you don't have to like me. I'm not for everyone. But I agree with this grandma. I don't think that grandmas should be taking care of their grandchildren unless they ask to. Why? Because if grandmas are retired, they're retired because they've worked, they've raised you, and they want to have fun. Like, they're entitled to. I mean, a lot of these people have been working for years. I mean, especially if they're boomers, right? That's how they know, to work. But it's crazy to me how people in the comments are like, well, that's funny because why doesn't my mom want to take care of my kids if they always left us with our grandmas? Okay, well, maybe that applies to you. But for me, if I had kids, I wouldn't do that to my mom. And why? Because my parents never dropped us off our grandmas, because my grandmas lived in Guatemala and we were born here in the US. So our parents couldn't do that. And my mom was a bad bee. She just did it all. She worked, and she was able to pay a babysitter and didn't put that responsibility on.
Grandparent does not automatically make me the babysitter or a.
I'm pretty sure most of us have seen this video, and she made some pretty good points. Being a grandparent does not automatically make you a babysitter. But as a millennial, I'd like to tell you why we think this way. As far as I can think back, and I can think pretty far, I was always at a grandparent's house. Rain, sleet, snow, all summer. And most of my friends who we played with on the block were raised the same way. So when millennials grew up and had our children, we said to our parents, I know you're going to help me like your mama helped you. Now, we are not entitled to your babysitting services as a grandparent. But it's kind of hard to forget the fact that our grandparents had a huge hand in raising most of us. And personally, I think y'all getting off scot-free. Millennials ain't dropping their kids off at y'all house every day.
I became a grandparent does not automatically make me the babysitter.
Do me a favor and watch the entire video, because she goes on to discuss how us millennials, I'm a Xennial, but she discusses millennials, and I believe she's talking to her daughters about how she's not a babysitter, and the job of her is to raise her children to become financially secure, to secure their own daycare, and take care of their own children, and not to be a babysitter for her own grandchildren, pretty much, and to be able to call for her grandchildren when she wants them. And her daughters are sitting there listening to this while she has 2 young infants in front of her. Now, this is what I find to be very funny, and I hear this a lot from grandparents right now. Myself, I don't have childcare, I don't have a family, but I got this a lot from my ex-husband's family, who never took care of our children. They never babysat for us when we really needed them. We didn't have date nights, and when we did, it was really a struggle to get any child care from his family in any capacity whatsoever, so we never had that privilege. This is what I find so funny about grandparents today. Who raised us? Who raised us? Because I'll tell you right now, my grandmother raised me, and my brother, and my siblings. My grandmother raised us. My grandmother was where we went to after school for the majority of our lives. Actually, I actually went to school at my grandmother's home in her residence. She was our address, and we went there so my mother could work. That's where we went. We lived with her Monday through Friday. And that was the truth for the majority of my friends. The majority of my friends were partially raised by their grandparents. My ex-husband was raised by his grandmother because his mother was a working mother as well. That is what they did. So this generation of grandparents who says it's not my responsibility to take care of your kids didn't take care of their own children. Their parents took care of us. And then they sit here and look at us and say, wait a second, it's not our job to take care of your children. No, you didn't even take care of us. So of course, who are we to think that you would possibly help us with our children? And then you look at us and expect us to take care of our children, secure daycare, have full-time jobs, secure a marriage, be okay, and deal with all the trauma of having absentee parents at the same time, and deal with your... Yeah, we're supposed to do it all, right? And then we're lazy millennials, right, who are supposed to save the freaking country, and we're supposed to be the 1950s again. Yep, it's us. Not you. Not you.
Grandparent does not automatically make me the babysitter or a...
You know what? I agree with what she's saying. When a child comes into the family, it does not automatically make anyone around you a babysitter, even the grandparents. But you know what I don't get? These are the same parents where we raised ourselves. We raised y'all kids. Y'all left our younger siblings with us to take care of them. Y'all weren't home. And these are the same parents that left us with our grandparents all the fucking time. So all of a sudden, you know boundaries when it applies to you. Interesting. All of a sudden, you know that you don't want to be grandparented, but you wanted to parentify your child when they were young to take care of your kids. Interesting. This is an interesting discourse.
Thoughts like that because y'all so...
What grandparents supposed to
Let
do?
me tell you, the new generation, y'all...
I want to say this, and this is to these parents of these millennium children. Just mind you, you didn't raise your children either. So when you're telling them that you're not going to help them, some of y'all got to remember the lifestyle that you used to live. How you got those kids. Now that your children are grown and you didn't raise them right, that's why they looking for you for help. But you can't be their help because you didn't take care of yourself. You was out here running the streets and everybody was taking care of your kids except you. So now that your kids is having kids, grandparents are just that. Grandparents, no, boo-boo. It don't roll like that. It takes a village to raise children. And it's sad to say the village that you raised, or the children, should I say, that you raised by 4, 5, 6 different dudes, you can't get mad at your daughters for having the same attitude you got. Because you remember, they came from your womb. This is what I don't understand about these parents of today. My granddaughter, I wish she was in my life. You want to know? Because it's people out here that have the same characteristics as you do, like her father, and they turning their kids against the other parent. They only come to them when they need them. But if you would have raised her the way that you were supposed to, you wouldn't be having this conversation in front of everybody. Your daughter didn't ask to have them kids. If you would have taught her well, taught her how to love herself, taught her how to be there for herself, she wouldn't have no kids. But how you going to teach her that when you didn't even have a mother there for you? That's why I say this, and this is no disrespect. When I say your mama is a 304, your grandmother was a 304, your great-great-grandmama was a 304, and then your great-great-great-grandmama was a bed wench. It's a cycle. It's a bloodline. It's there. So how you going to tell a kid what you ain't going to do, but you ain't never did it yourself? Majority of y'all 80s and 90s, in that era, which is in my era, y'all didn't raise y'all kids. You didn't raise your kids. You want me to know how I know you didn't raise your kids? Because look at the generations after us. That's how I know. So don't get mad at this girl because she's asking you. If you would have taught her well, she wouldn't be asking you for nothing. You'll just be keeping your grandkids on days that you want to keep your grandkids. But because you did not teach your children right, especially your daughters, because see, y'all baby these men and tell them that they ain't the daddy. But then your daughters have to take care of them babies. That a lot of you women say your sons are not the father of. So be careful what you say. Because your children are a product of you. So be careful.
Like that, 'cause y'all so.
What grandparents supposed to do?
Let me tell you, the new generation, y'all know.
So I totally get where this grandmother is coming from. It's not their responsibility to babysit. It's nowhere in the dictionary does it say grandparents babysit 24/7. So I understand where she's coming from as far as that. I think the reason why so many new parents assume it's the job of the grandparents to keep the kids is because that's what our grandparents did to us. So it's kind of a contradiction when mothers be like this, it's not my job, and woo, 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 woo. But didn't you leave us with grandma every other weekend, all summer, Christmas break, spring break? Like, it makes sense, but we need y'all to make it make sense.
Please feel free to share your thoughts down in the comment section because that's what we do here. We have conversations, so go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. But please, please, please do it respectfully. You don't have to disrespect anybody for you to air your opinion. Okay? So let's be respectful. I know we do that here. We're very respectful here on my channel, and I really want to appreciate you guys for really doing that. And like, I love the kind of conversation we have in the comment section. Like, thank you guys so much. Thank you. So here's my thought on this. I totally agree with the grandma, like 150%. And I know, yes, a lot of us millennials were probably raised by our grandparents. I personally, I wasn't really raised by my I took that back. I stayed with my grandparents for a good number of time before eventually staying with my mom. Okay, see, I'm talking about my grandma. God help me, so Reggie. So I stayed with my grandmom for some time before eventually my mom and all that. So I understand that feeling we millennials have, like, you know what, you dropped us off, you allowed your mom, your parent to take care of us, so why can't we drop our own kids with you? Okay, I'll say we millennials, we kind of like, okay, we already have the children, so now let these grandparents. But those of you that have not have kids, this is where you should think it through, because a lot of people feel like, especially here in Africa, they'll say, oh, and especially grandmoms will say, oh, come on, give me grandchildren. But the truth is that when you give them that grandchildren, you'll still be the one to do 80% of the work, or maybe 95% of the work. So before you choose to have children, this is what I say, like, put into perspective the entire picture of having children before you have children. I'm not saying you should have children, I'm not saying you should not have children, but think it through. Don't do it with the mind that somebody's going to help you. My mom, my dad, their grandparents are going to look after them. Think it through and ask yourself, like, can you cope with this? Can you find, like the sister was breaking down how much daycare costs. Can you afford it financially? Mentally, can you afford it? In terms of time restraint, can you, like, think it through? Because now a lot of people want to put the old weight back into the grandparents, but forgetting that these grandparents too, they have realized that having kids is not as glamorized as people think. For some people, like some people, especially our mothers, I mean the millennials parents, especially the mothers, most of them, they had kids out of like that's what they are supposed to do. Some of them didn't want to have kids, some of them hate being a mom. So but they can't even come and even have that conversation like we have the privilege to have now. So after they go through that, now you want to now bring a child for them to raise. Like, who told you that they are excited for that? And this is why I feel like including we millennials and even the Gen Z and even our parents, we should have this conversation of having kids openly, so that people that want to have kids, they know exactly what they are getting themselves into. In Africa, they will say it takes a village to raise a child. That was before. Now it doesn't take a village. Everybody has one or two things they want to do, and people are realizing that, you know what, I have to start living for myself. I have to live for myself. So they will not take that burden of taking somebody's else, including your grandkids. Yes, they can come and visit and go and holiday, but 100% responsibility transfer. No, I totally agree with this grandma. Like, I'm here for her. Let me know down in the comment section if you agree with this grandma or if you disagree with her. Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts about this, if you agree or not. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Please share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because hey, that's what we do here. We have conversations. So go ahead and share your thoughts down in the comment section. Okay, what did I do that for? Go down in the comment and share down your thoughts down in the comment section. Okay, and please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please like this video, because this helps YouTube to push up my content, and that will be you supporting your girl. And even you dropping a comment also help YouTube to push up my video. So if you like this video, go down and drop down your comment down in the comment section. And also, if you like this channel, please subscribe. If you like a channel where we have conversation, like real conversation like this, then go down and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. With that all said, guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.